Rita Panahay, never heard of them. Not famous enough. Jojo Siwa, I've heard of it, but not famous enough. Lee Min Ho. Who's Lee Min Ho? Never heard of him. Lee Min Ho. This is not famous enough for me. It might be famous in Korea, but it's not famous enough for me to put in video. Hardly any gates. Lee Min Ho walking. Oh, we've got gates. Oh, we've got plenty of gates. Why didn't all them show up in them pictures? Strange. Right, we'll start there with that female gate. Look at the side of pants again. Fellas, when's the last time you pulled your trousers up to your belly button? I'll tell you when. Never! That's right, Marv, because we're blokes. We're looking at Lee Min Ho, Korean actor, singer. There's a nice female gait. There's a nice one. Feet outwards, look. 8 and 4 o'clock. Cross-legged. Boom, shakalaka. Game over. Female mince. There's another one from the wrong angle, but it's a female mince. Arms akimbo. Big hips. Baggy trousers. And there's a beautiful one. Game over. Full mince with diamond. Arms akimbo. Final answer. It's a woman. But it's not famous enough to go in this section. Where are we? What's my opinion on cannabis? We have a endocannabinoid system that builds... go watch my biology video. We have an endocannabinoid system. All life starts from the endocannabinoid... Where are you? There it is. Resume browsing, look, because I've already done it. I've already covered this subject. No, just show me it, will you? Oh, man. Just search. Get rid of that. So, we have 12 systems, 11 systems in the human body. Skeletal, immune systems, nervous system, digestive system. It goes on. We've got 11 of them. They all start from one system, the endocannabinoid system. It builds all life, everything, your muscles, your bones, your reproductive organs, your pancreas, your spleen, your colon, your immune system. Everything is based on an endocannabinoid system. That's why our ancestors had bottles of CBD oil, because that's what we're talking about. CB1 and CB2 oils, CBDs. The endocannabinoid system, the body's endocannabinoid system. One system starts all of those systems off, and it's called the endocannabinoid. You work it out. Let's come back. Rick Steves, never heard of him. I'll have a look. 2 first names. It's not going in the list. Rick Steves, American travel writer, artist, activist. Never heard of him. Images. Pictures first. She's doing a dirty bath over there. Yeah, she's got no pictures. It's just books. Books and places. It's not famous. Bing, face. Close set eyes, small dentures. That's a big 5 head. There ain't going to be no gates. Rick Steves, walking. Yeah, there's nothing. It's not famous. Sorry. Next. I want famous people. I'll pick. There we go. Mindy Kaling. Yeah, let's do Mindy Kaling from The Office. Yes, let's do Mindy Kaling. Why not? I know who that is. Mindy Kaling. Perfect. It's an Indian boy with big clavicles. Look at the size of them sausage-sized clavs. I didn't cut out pattern. 1 second. I didn't post pattern either. I got put off. 1 second. George S. Patton. I still can't remember that actor's name. been in loads of movies as well. Chloe Moretz. Oh, let's grab it again. George S. Patton. George S. Patton. General. General. Mein Herr General. Here we go. Right. Oh, I didn't post it either, did I? Derp. Have we got a pattern in the back file? We do. George S. Patton. There she is. George S. Patton. Done. Let's come back to class. Bing. Let's open this one up. Bob, 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 bob. Done. Back around we go. It's Mindy Kaling from The Office. Mandy. Oh, Mandy. Tell me, which one of them has got an egg-shaped skull? Take your time. It's a 50-50. God created two skeletons. Male and female created he them. Women have got beautiful egg-shaped faces with close-set open eyes. Women have got beautiful egg-shaped faces with close-set eyes. Men have wide faces like bowling balls. Look at the size of it. It's almost as wide as it is long, with deep, deep-set eyes, large, low-set, pointed back ears, short foreheads, and huge jawbones and chins. Even though that's been feminized, it still outweighs that dainty little one there. That is a beautiful picture of those two. I like that one. It's a shame he's not looking at camera for the width. Look at that egghead. Look at the face pushed downwards. Look at the narrow, close-set eyes. Look at the open eye sockets. Look at the arched eyebrows. Look at the brow bone shining. A straight line, straight through look into the corner of his eye. The brow bone missing. Just a flat five-head, widest in the hairline. Small dentures, froggy eyes, high small set ears, a sloping jawline, and a pointed chin. That is a fantastic picture regardless. I like that one as well. Is that as good as we get it? It is. I'll take that one for a skull pick. Richard Nixon, already done. American presidents, already been done. I've covered all the presidents, well, most of them, in the American president video. Did Nixon, Carter, JFK, did loads of them. Look at the state of that. Oh, it's Meghan. Me and Megs. Megs, where's your eggs? They didn't even give Meg eggs. They just sent him out there. He literally looks like an ironing board with an ironing board cover on it. Doesn't it? Mindy Kaling. Let's go back. That's a cracking picture, that really is. Men have got wider faces. Do a cross-section on the face, you get a bowling ball shaped look. The cross-section of the male face is almost as wide as it is long, giving it a bowling ball size. But the woman is nowhere near as wide as it is long, giving it the egg. And right there, you've got your egg head. My head does not look like a sodding Tic Tac versus the bowling ball. Look how wide those male cheekbones are. Mindy Kaling from The Office. Let's take that picture. Let's take that name, sorry. Copy. Put you in the back file. Paste. Done. Lovely. Away it goes. Right, Mindy Kaling. MK. MK Ultra. MK is 33. K being 11. And whatchamacallit? M being 3. 10 sideways. Mindy Kaling. It's a dude. With some big hands. Why have they blurred his hands out? Because they're so big. Look how wide this jaw is. With a bolt-on chin. Deep set eyes. It's scary when you can see them, isn't it? Mindy Kaling. He put some timber on, didn't he? What a bony set of clavicles that is. We're done. That's a bloke. Did we give a skull check? I'm sure. No, I didn't, did I? It's a male skull. It's too big to be anything other than male. Wide set eyes, thick brow bone, short forehead, wide ass cheekbones, large mouth. They feminise the chin look, but it's still a very square jaw. Remember, when measuring the man's face, particularly when you see a real set, where are we? There they are. It's wide, widest, wide again. Whereas a woman is widest, wide, narrowest. So from the top down, it narrows all the way in. But on a man's, at the top, it's as wide as it is at the bottom because of this square jawline look. That diesel, that diesel right there is what you're looking at here. They've just taken away the chin and stuck back on. What they do is they cut off the chin, they split it down the middle, take the middle section out and put the two bits back together and bolt it back on to make the chin smaller, like this look, to give a feminine look. But everything else is still big look. It's a big wide ash triangle. Wide, widest, wide again look. Wide, widest underneath the eyes look. Look, you can see it's wider here look than it is there. Look at the difference. You get this diamond shape with a bloke. And widest at the bottom again. Mindy Kaling walking. And you're done on that picture there. You are so done. Male, final answer. Straight legs, needs to have a big feet as well. Back file. Have we got Mindy Kaling ready to go? Oh, we do. Mindy Kaling. I've already done them two lots. Could see it straight away. Mindy Kaling. 33 father. Paste. Paste it then. There you go. Mindy Kaling. Done. Let's come back to class. Let's finish off these gates. We've seen that one. There's a stair fail. Straight legs, knees together. Another one from the rear. What is that? There is something showing there. I don't know what that is. Look at her. Look at him. Trying to... Where's me diamond? Why's your knee pointed inwards? Both of them. That knee should be flexed outwards. That knee should be flexed out. That whole leg should be looking that way for flamingo. And that looks nothing like it. That's just a man walking one foot in front of the other. It doesn't look the same look. There's no shoulder tilt look. Big thick clavicles. There's no shoulder tilt. And there's no hip twist. Mindy Kaling. Sporting underwear. He looks like a bit of a tucker. He must be, eh? What is that? Oh, as if that's not a clean picture. Why is that casting a shadow? I've got major problems with that there. Why is that showing me a big old shadow? Call me old-fashioned, but I prefer women's vaginas that don't cast shadows. That's casting a shadow. I wish that was a clear picture. I really do. Is that Ryan? It is. Look at Ryan, inline foot forward with big hips. And there's your flamingo. There's the very flamingo we're talking about. The broken leg with a diamond showing lot. But here, straight legs, knees together. Not straight legs, knees not together. It's so simple. But there are going to be people out there that are going to deny this no matter what you show them. Right? They just want to be right. There's only one problem. All photos are admissible in courtrooms, which means all of these people can be shown for what they are in a courtroom using these pictures alone. You don't even have to get them naked. They've already walked for you. Remember that, folks. When transvestigating people, you don't have to get your genitals out to prove your own sex. There were some transvestigators out there who have literally told us that on camera, the pair of them got their own genitals out and showed each other their own genitals. Their own homemade taco and Greg's sausage rolls, yes. Can you imagine it? I wouldn't want to see that. It'd be an horrifying sight at the best of times. We don't need to do that. We can just tell by looking at your two faces side by side. We can see a man's face versus a woman's face. It jumps off the page at us. And if you still don't believe us that we can do that, just by looking at the human faces, that we can't tell which one is which when looking at humans, then we have gates, don't we? And the gates destroy everything about what you believe about the world, society, about famous people in general. I say general, I mean all. I don't mean general, I mean all famous people have either been flipped or double flipped. The reason your country is in ruin, the reason you've got homeless people living on the streets, the reason old people die in the cold every winter because they can't afford to turn their heaters on, is because of people like this. The people that rule over these people. I don't know whether they think they better than us. Bevy always said that they always thought they were one above us. They thought they were deities, demigods. The demigods because of what they've done to the bodies. Again, I'm only judging the skeleton. I don't know what type of people these are. I don't know if they truly are Satanists in the true word of everything we've been shown, or Satanists did this to them and they live pretty normal lives like us, apart from all the lying. You see, I've met plenty of these through Flat Earth, and some of them are absolute Satanists, evil people. They need prison time. They're sick inside, mentally ill people. And then I met some really pleasant flip-flops. So, you work it out. Do you think there could be a good group of flip-flops versus a group of bad flip-flops? I've got no idea. All I know is I can't trust them because they're fucking flip-flops. They tell lies. They tell lies. If they lie about what they are, how can I trust anything that comes out of their mouths? This is another lesson I learned from Bevy. That someone who lies about the core identity can't be trusted. I agree. Even though all these truthers came into my life, and some of them were pleasant, as I just said, some of them were pleasant people, they were still lying about their core identity. I come to you as a natural man, lied to all my life. I've lost all my friends, all my family. I've been kidnapped, taken away from my home, placed in a mental institute from which I was released and offered a job as a nurse. Because I was so good with the people. The nut jobs. And yet I can still laugh, smile, because I know God exists, and I know that this world is just a test. It's just an absolute test for all of us, me included, that I recognise His greatness, His glory first. Before all other things, I recognise Him, God. And people keep going at me, Jesus is God! Look, I've read the Bible. I've listened to the Bible, sorry. I know what Jesus said about a lot of things. He doesn't talk the same way that God does. He doesn't. He was the Son of Man. For me, Jesus is the Son of God. His one and only begotten Son, as it reads, 3:16, John 3:16. For God so loved the world, He gave His one and only begotten Son to die for my sin and yours, so that no one else can be cast down to the bowels of hell with Satan and all his minions without their own free will doing it first. These people that have been convinced to join satanic cults and sell their souls and all this, I don't know what's going to happen to them. I really don't. I don't know what's going to happen to these people. They deceived nations around the world and carried on living this lie. Maybe they don't want to live this lie anymore. Maybe Novak and Kaling and all the rest of them don't want to live this lie anymore. I've got no idea. I know in some pictures they don't look happy. And some certainly don't look happy. Some really look let down in life when I see them. And whether it's just acting and they're just pretending, I still feel sorry for them. It's a Christ thing in me, you know. Let him without sin cast the first stone. Go on, any of you. If these people have lived honest lives and all they've done is lie because they've been forced to and had this done to them, you think God's going to be non-merciful? You're kidding me. If these people are sorry for the things they've done in this world, the same way I am, then that's what Christ died for. People just don't understand this. They really don't. The bit that's going to get me with Christ is that you've done this to your children, and he quite clearly stated, any of you that damage your children are in big trouble. This includes your own. I don't know what Jesus is going to... See, in all situations, I always ask, what would Jesus say? Not what would Jesus do, what would Jesus say first? Then what would Jesus do? I wish I knew. I really do. I wish I could answer these questions. I'm sure we all have these questions, right? What's going on in this world and what they're doing to us. But it still destroys people's lives. These lies that you're telling, these pretend debt, this $327 trillion billion worth of debt that the world's in, to you lot. If the world knew that they were paying back this so that they could repeat this process over and over again and keep mankind enslaved, it would end. All the natural people would just stand up and say, this ain't happening no more. And whichever of these people truly did want saving, they'd be saved too, wouldn't they? Mindy Kaling's a man. Final answer. Should have him in the back file.